Okay, yours are. Got a good TV antenna for a carway radio industry, an Italian one. Also made out of a JTR antennas. Also make this design. Yeah, there's a house door and a clean up, and I said free to give away. There was 2 mesh doors in this, so I grabbed this one. These are actually quite good TV antennas. Need a bit of a clean up, but I want to see if I can yeah, this is something good to hook up to my modulator and transmit me another TV signal through it. They wire up a little differently than regular antennas, though. They're well worth grabbing if you see these, because yeah, there's nothing you really want to watch on TV anyway. TV is not worth watching these days, but the good thing about it, use it for radio or AM broadcasts, or yeah. What I want to do, I want to see how well this will work as a Wi-Fi antenna. A Wi-Fi is a similar design, but all these are the same length on a shorter dipole sort of setup. But I just want to experiment, just see how this would perform as a Wi-Fi antenna. So your aerial wire runs up inside this pipe and weaves in between these antenna points here. It runs from the back and goes all the way up here, comes around. The inner wire terminates on there, and your shield clamps on here. So I've got to clean this up and polish it and sand it down so I get a nice smooth contact. That'll clean up alright. Might get some salt and vinegar in there or something to clean it. You want a really good connection in there to get the best performance out of this antenna. It's actually quite a better one than what I've already got. That's the original one. As I said, it's not really worth using it to watch TV through these days because it's just junk on nowadays. Programming's crap. All you're going to do is just watch commercials. That's what I call it, commercial television, because it is just commercials. Anyway, I want to clean this up, straighten on the slightly bent bits out. I want to dig out some cable, find some coax cable. I might have to buy some more though. Find if I've got a spare length of coaxial cable to put in to thread this up with. And a fairly long bit to weave in through here and just put a connector on that. Because yeah, they've actually took the antenna out of this friggin', out of the hollow part of this aerial, out of the frame here. Anyway, let's clean it up and get the contacts cleaned. Still hungry. Anyway, I've fed the bolts in there up, they turn around good. Another thing I want to talk about, we've actually finally got around, I got a new switch in this bloody air compressor. I pissed that old one off. I've got a Condor brand. Not bad quality actually for a Chinese thing, but this little cutout thing keeps pissing out air before the dump valve works, and it goes all the way up to 80 psi and just sits there dumping air as it's trying to fill the tank up. Ridiculous. So I think we're sorting it out now. They said to block this hose off, let it get to 90 psi, and let it go, and it should stop dumping, and it seems to have worked. But that didn't work on the first attempt. So it's a reliable compressor. Dad put another outlet on there. So got a permanent in-shed hose. Instead of walking around out here to do air or dusting, so to speak. And of course I've got leaks. A bit of thread sealing on my hand. Where the leaks are coming from? Oh, that's what you get with air compressors, leaks, leaks and more leaks. So it's better than what it was. It's working much more reliably than that switch. I've also ordered some SMA connectors, they just come on the post. Use my Wi-Fi aerial so I can, because I bought the Wi-Fi aerial not realising that the SMA connectors on most Wi-Fi aerials are all male. And I needed a female connector for it to plug into, but the actual sockets I want to plug the Wi-Fi antenna in are also male. So I bought a couple of little, they're called SMA connectors, a female connector. So I'll connect two males together. That makes me, then I can get used to the Wi-Fi area, which I might, I'll see how, I'll try to my sister's computer because she wants to boost the bloody Wi-Fi, so the house isn't designed for network cables. I thought if it was a new house, maybe it'll have an Ethernet cable in every room. Since this is an older house that doesn't have that, we're going to have to deal with Wi-Fi. It's the next best thing. So that's why I'm getting the external aerial. I might even put that aerial on the router. You can boost our router's output. It's got the provisions for that. You can screw custom aerials on it. I've also got another score too. Of course, this is another score I've got. Little Bluetooth amplifier here. Be very careful on the stilts and make it static on it. It's in this bag for a reason. For the price, it's the same price as this. That's only a little 4-watter. Pretty loud. This is 50 watt stereo. Works up to 24 volts input. Has the option also, as well as that one, for auxiliary input cable, which is good for the iPod. 50 watts output. This thing is pretty powerful. This amplifier chip does not get very hot, not as hot as I thought it would, playing at full volume, at full power. So I was just going to stick one of those little integrated circuit heat sinks, stick one on top of that, just provide a bit of cooling, but that's actually not necessary. It's actually quite an efficient little chip. It's an ST TDA 7492P 50 watt amplifier. I've had to resolder this connector here in this socket because it was sparking and I was plugging things into it. I couldn't get it to stay on. It was sparking, so this thing's only had to be resoldered. I couldn't get that back one because that switch is in the way. My soldering iron isn't pointy or thin enough to get in there. For 20 bucks from Hong Kong. I'm surprised the Hong Kong postage is very quick this time. It's a Sanru. SanruElect.com. Very handy because you can use this as a custom one of these. I'm going to build one of these myself, a stereo version. Make up a little enclosure for this, and maybe have some external connectors because I don't want to stretch these too much. These will snap off the board. So use those into a little enclosure. Have another one of these, an external one, instead of just stressing this board all the time. Leave that on, and I could probably have some little buttons I could solder on to the external case. I've got play, back, next, volume down, volume up and volume down. They all work perfectly. So there's a Bluetooth module there, which I could solder something on that aerial and get more range out of it. It's got the same range as this, about 10 meters. I want to get a bit more than that. So if I solder something on this Bluetooth aerial here, on this little Bluetooth transceiver, that'll improve its distance. I think this switches a volume limiter, I forget now. Either a volume limiter or something, or you have to look at the manual again on eBay. But yeah, much cheaper Bluetooth amplifier than the powerful ones you can buy in the stores, like pre-made Chinese Bluetooth stereos you can buy. This thing's a lot cheaper and just as powerful, if not better. So it's a DIY. You can use this in your car too. Plug it in your cigarette lighter, have a little thing here to go to your to the input, to an auxiliary cable input of your existing car radio, and Bluetooth ready your car. Possibilities are endless of these things. And since Dick Smith have pretty much EOL'd, I went and bought some more solder from Dick Smith while I still had it on the shelves, and I got one of these PVRs because yeah, as I was saying in the last video, the only thing worth recording off TV nowadays is when the ABC do reruns of old Countdown and Rock Arena of the 70s and 80s music videos. So that's what I'll be using this for. The ABC do things like that once in a while. They do reruns of the good old music. So this is perfect for that. I used my sister's one and it's actually did a good job, so I went and bought this one for myself, which will stay in the in the lounge. Whenever there's they're doing countdown reruns, I just plug the external. I'll either use this will work with it as well, or any of these sorts of enclosures, which will work real well. It doesn't have enough power on its own to run a laptop drive completely, so I will tell you that. But you just use one of those desktop hard drives. Perfect. This records in a pretty good format too. 10 hours of video takes about 20 gigabytes, which is actually quite good. It's a lot less than the TV cards in my computer's format record at. The first TV card I had, it took up a fair bit of hard drive space. Especially that was a hard drive I was recording to in my first PC build. Yeah, it's also hard to cut and edit. It records in TP, which is a transport stream. But yeah, I wouldn't buy anything else from Dick Smith other than little things like this. Nothing else I buy from there. So it's a shame they went to crap. They just sold TVs, phones, and now they got white goods, kettles, toasters, and microwaves. So they got rid of their they had component racks about 6 months ago. Just little connectors like this, alligator clips and spare multimeter leads. They got rid of all that and they got white goods there now, like microwaves and kettles and toasters. So they kind of shot themselves in the foot by not keeping the bloody hobbyist stuff like this on the shelves. They don't even sell those little tool kits anymore. Little screwdrivers and pliers and wire snippers, they're gone now. I was lucky to grab those. The only thing that's left in that store now is those spools of solder, which I bought another one today to stock up on. And it's the old lead solder too, not that new shit. So I buy those while I still can. But yeah, it's kind of a shame they went to shit. Since Woolworths bought it off Dick Smith, from there on it started going downhill. Yeah, so there's nothing much inside this PVR, so warranty, I won't be able to take it back once Dick Smith closes down. There's a disclaimer in their store. If you buy a TV or something from them, it's at your own risk. You get no warranty on it because, yeah, once they close down, that's it. You can't get service anymore. But for this little thing here, the circuit board is tiny, but it looks pretty easy to repair. Capacitors are the main thing that would fail on something like this, but easy fix. But yeah, as I said, that's the only thing worth buying. Nothing else I'll buy from there again. I still keep my VCRs though for recording, the most reliable method, but to say they're cutting, editing and ripping, I just use this. Pretty handy for recording the old reruns of Countdown and Rock Arena on the ABC, which is on every Saturday night of this month. So yeah, for your own personal, my own personal archive, my own personal collection of the good old days when they actually broadcasted good stuff on TV. Countdown was one of the best shows aired on the ABC in the 80s. You know, all Australian artists. Yeah, better than today's shit-ass bloody music. So yeah. Anyway, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching.